G'day everyone, David from Exploroz here. Today we're going to have a bit of an app tip on external GPS units and why you would use them and when you would use it and what advantage you can have with it. This is an external one. This is the Garmin Glow 2. This is one that we recommend and we use it ourselves. It's a little USB powered device. Basically we can plug this into the cigarette lighter in the car, and every time you start the car and the power comes on, it'll turn itself on. So you don't have to remember to turn it on when you start driving. You do have to remember to turn it off when you finish driving at the end of the day. But other than that, that's about as complicated as it gets. It will auto start and it will capture everything that's going on in the day. We've got it in this little slip case, which is great because it allows you to put that up on the dash where you get good line of sight through the windscreen rather than having to have your iPad or your device sitting up on the dash or on the windscreen. You can have this little guy and it will relay the signals via Bluetooth to your device. Now, which devices would you have one of these extra units for, or which devices must have one of these extra units? Apple iPads that are Wi-Fi only do not have a GPS installed in them. They use AGPS systems for location services when you're in service areas and in a town. So it does look like it's working reasonably well when you're in a town or in your house, but as soon as you come out into a non-service area, it will just stop working if you have a Wi-Fi only iPad. If you've got one with a SIM card in it, it does have a GPS in it, and most other phones and tablets, all of the Androids and most of the Androids and all of the phones have the GPS built in. The other advantage of using one of these, even with devices that do have a GPS, is that this can reduce your battery consumption within the device itself. So by using an external GPS, you're not using the GPS in the device, so you won't be using the device as GPS, so it'll use less battery. Obviously the battery in the GPS unit is going to get used instead. As I said, we use this in the car and have it plugged into the cigarette lighter all the time. When the car starts, it turns itself on and it just runs. And it works perfectly well. So connecting it up to your iPad and your other bits and pieces is a Bluetooth connection, and it basically just plugs straight in and works. Now, one of the problems that we keep hearing about, or some people have problems with when they're using their Wi-Fi only iPad, using it say through Starlink, which we are here at the campsite, is that Starlink does not have the ability to give you a GPS position at all. In fact, if it does give you a GPS position on your device, it will probably be in Sydney, somewhere in the main area of Sydney where the Starlink head office is, because by the way that the AGPS system works, it's going to give you the location of where the ISP node is that you're connected to. So for Starlink, that's going to be in Sydney. That's not much good to you when you're out in the bush. What you have to remember is that when you're using an external GPS and your device and you're not moving around, you need to come and turn it on. So by turning on your external GPS, your Wi-Fi iPad using Starlink will be able to get its GPS position, so it'll know where you are. So make sure to turn on the GPS when you're at camp if you want to use the location information within the Exploroz Traveller app. Hope that helps with a bit of information about using external GPSs in the Exploroz Traveller app. Good luck.